Hello, pretty ladies. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to 100 Days Alive. We are on day 33. 33. If you're watching this live, hello, welcome. If you're catching this on a replay, please, why don't you comment your favorite flower if you are catching this on the replay. So, I am going to do a quick tutorial of how to keep your flowers fresh. Before I even start this, I want to say that I am not a professional florist. I am not a professional landscaper. I'm not pretending to be something I'm not. Not pretending to be something I'm not. So this is legitimately research that I personally done that has worked for me. So I know some people might jump on and be like, you're doing it wrong, or that's not how you do it. I'm letting you guys know that I do get a lot of fresh flowers, and I like to keep them as long as I possibly can. And this is just some stuff that has worked for me. So, and it's going to be some good stuff, you guys. Seriously, some pretty cool stuff that I discovered that's worked. Let's get started. Okay, so roses from Valentine's Day. Long stem, dozen roses, right? And now let's see, Valentine's Day was on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They always say to change out the water every 2 to 3 days. So we are on day 3. I figured, why don't I jump on here and show you guys how I do this? We're going to talk about sugar and cutting the stem underwater and a couple tips I'm going to give you. So let's start. So what you guys want to do is you do want to change out your water, like I said, every 2, I'm going to lay these down gently, they're like ready crunching. You want to change out your water every 2 to 3 days, and when you change out your water, you're going to want to take your vase and just give it a quick rinse, a quick clean. That's what I'm doing over here. I'm going to start allowing that to dry. Now, first things first. This is actually one thing I learned in college. We had to take like a science class as a prereq, and I took a plant, what is it even called? I can't even remember. But they taught me, I never forget, she taught me this. So obviously we all know that you want to, always to cut your flower, your stem on an angle, because you want to cut it on an angle, you guys, because when you cut it on an angle, it's going to open up more of the opening into the flower. These flowers are thirsty. They are still alive. They want to drink. They want to eat. So when you cut it on an angle, you're actually opening up more openings for the flower to drink. Now, another thing that the main thing that I learned from this class that I'll take away from it was you want to cut it underwater. So place the stem underwater, and you want to cut it underwater. And the reason why you do that is when you cut it in the air, you're almost like crunching it down, and the stem is hitting air, and you're almost closing a lot of those openings. So when you cut it underwater, it doesn't hit the air, it hits the water first. So it's those openings, you guys, are staying open to drink more water. So people always ask me too, like, how do you know how high to cut it? It does not matter how high you cut it. It is total preference. So the rule of thumb is to think about the vase you are using. If your vase is tall, leave a little more stem on. If your vase is obviously cut it a little more off. Also keep in mind, you guys, every 2 to 3 days you do this, you are going to cut a little more of the stem off. So you don't want to start too high if you can prevent that, if that makes sense. So we're going to cut it underwater. I wish I had amazing flower, what are those things called, shears or whatever, but I don't. I have my standard kitchen scissors that came with my knives, my butcher block. So we're going to be using that. I'm going to cut the stem right under the water. Again, like I said, we're going to do it on an angle. And, we're having a visitor come up. We're going to do this right. Hey, honey. Okay, you can just put that. No. Over there. Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay. Where are you going? Okay, love ya. All right, so cut it right under the water. And, oh, see, I wish I had, a really cool pair of, but I don't. All right, so now it's open. And when I cut it, it was under the water. So those pores, think about it as like pores, like the pores are open. Let's keep cutting. You want to do this to all of your flowers. And then I'm going to show you a super cool trick, or a really cool thing that I learned with sugar, with glucose. So I did some research on roses. You guys have to remember, these are alive, okay? They are alive, they're living, they're thirsty, they're hungry. So to keep them extra fresh for longer, the key is glucose, okay? Glucose. Oh, this is like so much easier when I'm just going at it. So a key, a tip that I'm going to tell you is I leave the stems just right in the bowl. So this one is thick. This stem is thick. I am going to, so when I'm cutting these, I am eyeballing the other stems that are lying in the bowl, and that's how I know that they'll all will be the same length again. So just put it in there, and we're just going to keep cutting. So the vase that I will guarantee you guys, we're going to actually have a really fun experiment with this lie. I am going to do this today, and then I will keep you updated on these beautiful long stem of Valentine's Day dozen roses. And I will show you, I'm pretty confident these will open as soon as I'm done with this. So I'm also going to give you guys a few tips as soon as I'm done with this. Here, I will do that in a second. This one is drooping. I got a couple droopy, so hopefully we can bring those back to life. And then just keep an eye on your roses, you guys. If some of them are doing great and others are just, they didn't make it, just weed them out. Weed out the bad ones and throw them out. And then go ahead and keep the ones that are still alive. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, so all the things are cut underwater. So the stems, see how I kind of eyeballed it by looking at the stems already in the bowl? I'm going to dump this because I'm actually going to use this to show you guys a really cool glucose sugar water that I use. Okay, so roses are ready to go. They've all been cut underwater. So to get that glucose into those stems, it's so easy. Sugar, okay? Sugar. Everybody has sugar in their kitchen. That's all you need. That's all you need. Okay. So the measurements to this, you guys, is going to be 2 tablespoons of just sugar in your house, nothing fancy, to 1 quart. That is the ratio, okay? So my vase is pretty skinny over there. I'm just going to measure it out, and then whatever I can fit inside the vase, we're going to go with that. But so as we know, who knows how many cups are in 1 quart? Who knows? So I also want to give you a tip. Do not use ice cold water. I'm measuring these out right now. So do not use ice cold water. You do not want to shock your flowers. I always thought it was cold water. Yeah, that's a no-no. That is definitely a no-no. You want to use lukewarm water. And the other key, you guys, is, this is seriously the truth, you want to use the same temperature of water every time you change out the water. You don't want to shock your flowers. You don't want them to be like, what the heck is this? I had this great warm water, and now this is crazy up in here. So, and there are 4 cups in 1 quart, you guys. There are 4 cups in 1 quart. So if you want to measure this out, it's 4 cups of lukewarm water and 2 tablespoons of simple sugar you got laying around. I can't find my tablespoon measuring. My amazing husband, he empties the dishwasher, and I don't know where he puts stuff away sometimes. Just mix this together. You're just making a sugar water. That's all you're doing. How easy is this? This is your plant food. Flowers, roses, they want glucose, they want warm water. So we're just going to stir this all in, and then we're going to pour it right in our vase after we put the flowers in. Because if we pour this in first and I put the flowers in, it's all going to go over, right? Okay, so all mixed in. I'm going to grab the vase, the vase, whatever. I'm going to put these all back into it's so funny. Like, what do you guys say? Vase, vase, vase. Okay, so we're pushing these all down. So our flowers are all pushed down. God, I almost want to like put this in like, I almost want to put my glucose water in a pouring pitcher. Let's see what I got, you guys. I have this amazing little pitcher. Boy, I am actually going to go grab it. We are going to do this right. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab my pitcher. Oh, Lord. Okay. I don't know why I didn't do this before. I need to grab my pitcher. Okay, so I just grabbed my watering pitcher, and I'm going to put this, which I should have just like made it in here to begin with. This glucose mixture right in here. Whoop! Okay, lukewarm water. It would have been such a better life if I would have cut the stems in the bowl and then made the glucose in this pitcher. It would have been so fancy. Fancy. Oh, my coffee is so good this morning. There is nothing like when you wake up and you just nail your coffee. Okay, nail your coffee. Take your mixture, your sugar mixture, pour it right in. Remember, guys, this is lukewarm water, okay? And it's 1 quart, 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's the rule. That's the ratio. You're going to pour it right to the very tippy top. Hey, you guys, this actually might be almost perfect. Oh, we'll take it. I'm loving it. Okay, so, right now my flowers are like, yes, they are loving life. The glucose is hitting their stems. They were caught underwater, which is so, so important. They are thirsty, they are hungry, and they are ready. Now, I'm going to give you a few tips that I didn't know until I did some research. Is number 1, okay, 1 second, guys. Oh, did you get hurt? Oh, hey, Dolce. You can't do that, okay? I will handle it. I'm almost done with this, and then I'll handle it, okay? You want to come sit with me when we do the rules? Ow! Shh. Okay. You got hit with the lightsaber?
I was just
okay. All right, it was an accident. You want to stay with me? You can sit right there. Just give me 1 second. All right, so I'm going to give you just some, like, tips, which
lightsabers out.
Yeah, lightsabers are out. Love you guys. Okay, so tip number 1, do not put it in direct sunlight. I always thought you were supposed to like place them on a windowsill or put them, as much sunlight as they can get. That's a no-no. Do not put them in direct sunlight, you guys. Tip number 2, keep them in a cool, dry place. Okay, so that kind of goes hand in hand, right? If you put them on a windowsill or in direct sunlight, it's going to be hot, they're going to be wilting, and I legitimately, when Polly would bring me flowers, I'd be like, oh, beautiful. I put them like right in my kitchen on my windowsill, and I'm like, oh, they look so pretty, they need sunlight, and blah, they'd be like ruined in like a day. So keep them in a cool, dry place. I put my flowers now in my dining room. I know you guys know what that looks like. I do lives in there sometime. There is light in there, natural light, but it's not like, another tip is do not put them next to produce. Do not put them near bananas, near avocados. It is going to actually, they're going to feed off each other. They're both a living thing, and it is going to rapidly increase the life of these beautiful flowers, and they are going to wilt faster. Okay, what other tips? So every 2 to 3 days, I told you that, change the water out. Told you about the cutting, the windowsill, the direct sunlight. I thought I had like one more, but I think that might be it, you guys. And just be consistent with them. They're a living thing. They like consistency. So I know this is crazy, but wherever you put them to begin with, keep putting them in that spot. So when I'm done with this live, we're going to clean up. I'm going to put them right back in the dining room on her spot. I will keep you updated on how awesome these things turn out. Where's that one that was like, you guys, you know what's wild right now? The two that were like, oh, this is crazy. Okay, I might be losing it, but this one, I swear to God, they are like opening before my eyes. Oh my God. And this one, am I like losing it or what? Like this one is like bursting right now. It's bursting. I'm so flippin' excited. Okay, so anyways, Those two that were limp are like, I think they're gonna survive. I will keep you updated on the Valentine's Day roses. Again, I am not a florist. I'm not an expert. This is just stuff that I come up with that has worked for me. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Have an amazing, amazing Sunday.